A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Welcome to day 2 of the International Conference on Cross-Border Commerce, Impact of Climate Change on Global Business Strategies. I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Parag Agarwal, Associate Vice President, Head Sales and Marketing, Global Business Hero, Motorcorp Limited, resource persons from various states, respected General Secretary and Correspondent, Shri Manjit Singh Nair, Principal Dr. T.K. Avaikode, Vice Principal Dr. Anita Malishetty, Dean Academics and Head GNCCOI Dr. Swati Paliwal, COE Dr. P.V. Kumraguru, Convener and Dean, School of Commerce, Dr. K. Umadevi, Deans of various schools, center deans, heads and faculties of various departments, industry experts, participants, research scholars, and my dear students. The two-day international conference has successfully conducted 10 technical sessions and 2 paper presentations. The resource persons and paper presenters were from various states and countries. We are glad to inform you that we have received articles from 14 states and 5 countries addressing various challenges posed by climate change. The contemplations enabled knowledge sharing, collaboration on sustainable practices, identification of new market opportunities, and ultimately leading to a more promising future and environmentally conscious business practices globally. Prayer is an incredible expression of faith and humble gesture of surrender towards the divine. May I invite the college choir for the invocation of Tamil Thai Vartha, followed by our college prayer rendered by Revered Gyaniji.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
देह शिवा पर मोहे है शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो देह शिवा पर मोहे है शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो ना डरो अरसों जब जाए लड़ो निश्चय कर अपनी जीत करो निश्चय कर अपनी जीत करो निश्चय कर अपनी जीत करो देह शिवा बर मोहे है शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो अर सिख हो अपने ही मन को एह लालच हो गुण तो चरो एह लालच हो गुण तो चरो एह लालच हो गुण तो चरो देह शिवा बर मोहे ए है शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो जब आव की औध निधान बने जब आव की औध निधान बने अत हिरण में तब जूझ मरो, अत हिरण में तब जूझ मरो। देह शिवाबर मोहे है, शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो। देह शिवाबर मोहे है, शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो। शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो। शुभ कर मन ते कब हूँ ना टरो।
Thank you, girls, for the soulful rendition of our college prayer in Tamil Thai Vartha. Now I call upon our beloved principal, Ma'am, Dr. T.K. Avaikodai, to welcome the August gathering. Ma'am, please.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. It is indeed my great honor to welcome our esteemed chief guests for today's valedictory session of the two-day international conference on cross-border commerce, impact of climate change on global business strategies, ICCBC 2025, Mr. Parag Agarwal, Associate Vice President, Head Sales and Marketing, Global Business Hero Motorcar Limited. We are highly honored by your presence, sir. Thank you very much for being with us today. I extend a warm welcome to our dynamic leader and most respected General Secretary and Correspondent, Mr. Manjit Singh Nair. I welcome our Dean Academics and Head GNCCOI, Dr. Swati Paliwal, Controller of Examinations, Dr. P.V. Kumaraguru, Vice Principal SFS, Dr. Anita Malisetti, Dean School of Commerce and Convener of this international conference, Dr. K. Uma Devi, Co-conveners, Dr. M. Kavita and Dr. Jeevaratnam Jain. I welcome the deans and deputy deans from various schools and centers, heads of various departments, organizing secretaries of this conference, organizing committee members, staff from the School of Commerce, and the various departments of Guru Nanak College. I welcome the researchers, paper presenters, and participants who have come from various educational institutions in and around the country. Welcome, one and all. As we have delegates and participants from various education institutions in and around the country, I deem it as my duty to give a brief introduction about Guru Nanak College. Guru Nanak College was established in the year 1971 by the Guru Nanak Educational Society to commemorate the 500th birth anniversary of Shri Guru Nanak Devji. The motto of the college is Pro Bono Publico, which means for the benefit of all. The college was started as a men's institution with 450 students in the pre-university and 3 undergraduate programs, and today it has blossomed into a full-fledged co-educational undergraduate PG and research institution with a student strength of 7,500 and a staff strength of 450. The college is affiliated to the University of Madras and has been granted the autonomous status since 2015 and is recognized by the University Grants Commission. At present, Guru Nanak College offers 27 undergraduate programs, 9 postgraduate programs, and 8 PhD research programs. In addition, the college offers 82 value-added, skill-oriented certificate courses. The college is accredited at A++ grade with the highest CGPA of 3.68 out of 4 by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, that is NAC, and it is ranked in the 89th position in the country by the NIRF, that is the National Institutional Ranking Framework. Now, I would like to say a few words about the School of Commerce. The School of Commerce at Guru Nanak College is a vibrant academic wing known for its academic excellence, research activities, and achievements. It offers 7 undergraduate programs and 1 postgraduate and research program. There is always a very high demand for the commerce courses in Guru Nanak College, and it is very difficult to get admission in the commerce stream. The School of Commerce is supported by a dedicated team of 75 well-qualified faculty members. 50 of them hold PhD degree, and the remaining are pursuing their PhDs. The parent department, that is the PG and Research Department of Commerce, has also been recognized as a center for research in commerce. The department is a pioneer in the field of commerce research, and research leading to full-time PhD started in this department as early as in the year 1995 itself. At present, there are 9 research supervisors recognized by the University of Madras, and over the years, 90 candidates have received their doctorate degrees through the PG and Research Department of Commerce. The faculty members of the School of Commerce are actively involved in research with numerous papers published in prestigious journals such as Scopus, UGC CAR-listed journals, Guru Nanak Journal of Multidisciplinary Research, and so on. With around 3,000 students, which is more than 40% of the total strength of the college, the school fosters a diverse and dynamic learning environment, providing ample opportunities for both academic and research growth. The curriculum is designed to equip students for professional courses like CMA, ACS, and CA, while also offering skills necessary to become software developers and computer system analysts. The department associations host various events aimed at promoting holistic development and nurturing the qualities of the aspiring commerce professionals. We all have gathered here today for the valedictory session of the 2-day international conference on cross-border commerce. Over the past 2 days, we have witnessed a remarkable convergence of minds, expertise, and passion. Our conference has brought together 140 researchers representing 30 educational institutions from 14 states and 5 countries. This diversity has enriched our discussions, broadened our perspectives, and fostered meaningful connections. As we celebrate the success of this conference, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to each and every one of you here. Your participation, contributions, and enthusiasm have made this conference a truly memorable one. This 2-day international conference has undoubtedly provided a platform for experts, researchers, and practitioners to share their knowledge, experiences, and best practices on cross-border commerce. I take this opportunity to appreciate and congratulate the Dean School of Commerce and convener of this international conference, Dr. K. Umadevi, co-conveners, Dr. M. Kavita and Dr. Jeevaratnam Jain, organizing secretaries, Dr. Sivasubramaniam, Dr. Adalinga Sanjit, and Mrs. Gayatri, all the organizing committee members, and all the heads and staff of the School of Commerce for their untiring efforts and contribution towards the success of this international conference. I am sure that this 2-day international conference on cross-border commerce, impact of climate change on global business strategies would have definitely helped the participants to enhance their knowledge and skills, learning new ideas and perspectives to tackle challenges, and would have enabled them to gain a deeper understanding of global challenges and issues. I express my hearty congratulations to all the participants and paper presenters, and I once again extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you present here. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm hearted welcome and sharing the credentials and journey of our college from a humble beginning to a glorious institution in a simple yet efficient fashion. Thank you so much, ma'am. Two-day international conference has created a platform for various stakeholders to discuss the impact and relevance of climate change disrupting the cross-border commerce. The deliberations by resource person and their expertise have drawn possible strategies to overcome the challenges thrusted by climate change. Here, I would like to invite Dr. K. Uma Devi, convener of this international conference and Dean, School of Commerce, to present the report and share the key takeaways of two-day international conference on cross-border commerce, impact of climate change on global business strategies. Ma'am, please.
Vanakkam, Namaste, good evening and Sashrika. Welcome to the valedictory ceremony of International Conference organized by School of Commerce. I feel immensely happy to share the highlights of the two-day international conference held on 13th and 14th February 2025. The School of Commerce inaugurated the two-day international conference on cross-border commerce, impact of climate change on global business strategies, ICCBC 25, at Shaheed Baba Deep Singh Auditorium, Guru Nanak College. The event commenced at 9:30 a.m. with a solemn invocation leading into the traditional lighting of lamp, Tamil Thai Vartha, and college prayer. Principal Dr. T.K. Avaikode welcomed the gathering, highlighting the impressive note on engagement of 140 research papers submitted from professors and students across 14 states and 5 countries. Dr. Uma Devi, the convener, introduced the conference theme, emphasizing the urgent need for sustainable business strategies to address climate change, focusing on reducing carbon footprints and promoting eco-friendly practices. The dignitaries released the official conference proceedings book of abstracts with 103 abstracts and the ISBN book chapter consisting of 50 full-length articles, volume 1. Further, the articles will be published online through Guru Nanak Learning Management System and open access. The inaugural function featured captivating presentation from 3 distinguished speakers. Dr. Rashihul Haq, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Balf Masha University, Malaysia, spoke on the topic, Opportunities and Challenges of Expansion of China's Cross-Border E-Commerce Market in the Post-Academic Era, explored the COVID-19 impact on China's trade, and discussed India evolving regulations regarding Chinese products, along with the influence of China and AI-driven younger workforce on global trade. Mr. Rajesh, General Manager, Kerala, Medical Technology Consortium, was the next speaker who spoke on unlocking the potential of sustainable practices in medical technology. He addressed the plastic waste in the medical sector, critiqued the quality of Indian medical devices, and proposed sustainable alternatives, including eco-friendly products developed in Kerala. He noted that 20% of the Indian medical technology industry is based in Kerala. Mr. Anil Lamba, a distinguished personality, Director Lamcom, financial literacy activist and international corporate trainer, was our chief guest. He spoke on the topic, the political changes on cross-border commerce. He discussed the government funding mechanisms, including surpluses, deficits, and balanced budget. He also made a correlation between the association between the political environment and the currency reserves. He analyzed the implication of US dollars dominance as a world reserve currency and warned the potential disruptions in cross-border trade if an alternative currency emerges. The inauguration session concluded with a heartfelt vote of thanks, acknowledging the contributions of the dignitaries, faculty members, and organizers, followed by a group photograph which was being taken in the auditorium. Additionally, we had a parallel session relating to the research where the conference aimed at multiple research sessions held at Guru Ramdas Seminar Hall, featuring both online and offline presentation with the notable scholars. Sessions in the auditorium were taken up by Dr. Ankur Goyal, Professor and R&D Head, MIT Meerut. The topic he spoke was Emergence in Entrepreneurship and Innovation in Digital Era. He discussed the digital transformation in business and impact of platforms like Shark Tank India on student entrepreneurship alongside government initiatives in 2025 Union Budget. Followed by Dr. R. Kasilingam, Professor of Finance, Pondicherry University, spoke on the title Global Financial Practices for Exempt Trade. He addressed the role of international banks across the cross-border commerce and the significance of robust financial strategies. The session in Guru Ramdas Hall were having the online presentations. It was taken by Dr. Indranil, HOD, School of Management, JIS University, Kolkata. Role of global talent mobility in cross-border commerce. He made an exploration on the workforce mobility and its impact on global trade, discussing the trades in talent migration. Followed by an online presentation by Dr. Hakan, Professor of Marketing, Karabük University, Turkey. The topic he took it up was maldative consumption and its contribution to climate change. He made an analysis of how unsustainable consumer behavior exacerbates the climate change. Followed by Dr. Ankita Chaturvedi, Associate Professor, IIS Deemed University, Jaipur. She spoke on the title, Innovative Business Models for Sustainable Development in Global Commerce. She discussed the emerging business strategies and the need for corporate social responsibility. Followed by Dr. Hari Mohan Rai, Assistant Professor from Gachon University, South Korea, spoke on the use of AI and ML in financial fraud detection, challenges and solutions. He focused on the instigation and transformative role of AI and machine learning in financial security and discussed the challenges in fraud detection. Day 2, we had Dr. Raja Shankaran, Associate Professor, CMS Business School from Bangalore. The talk was on cryptocurrency in global market. He has discussed the basic concepts of cryptocurrency and its application. He also covered on the present scenario of cryptocurrency in India. Followed by Dr. K.R. Shanmugam, Director and Professor, Madras School of Economics. The topic taken by him was Climate Change and Agriculture, an Indian Perspective. Dr. Shanmugam has addressed the impact of climate change on agriculture in India. He has highlighted the impact of CO2 emission and covered the government policies on agriculture. Followed by Dr. Tamilarasu, Professor, Gambilla University, Ethiopia, on online presentation, took up the topic, the current state of financial technology and its impact of artificial intelligence with a vision of 2030. He discussed the application of AI in the financial system in India and also covered on the future research activities related to AI in finance. Followed by Dr. Anurag B. Singh, Assistant Professor, Accounting and Finance, IIT, Foreign Trade, Ministry of Commerce, Government of India. He spoke on the international trade in the present economic scenario of our country and also covered the legal formalities of India's external financial affairs. This was relating to the technical sessions with all the speakers. But we had a day wherein we had online and offline presentation. We had from various schools, various colleges where they had come for the presentation. And it was a great presentation. Each one of them took up their time. We had the moderator, Madam Sai Kumari from SRM Ishwari Engineering College. Now, she had taken up with the moderating part, and the students and the staff presented their papers. And every time they've been presenting it, the moderator took it up in a very beautiful way to connect with them what exactly the topic was and question them. So we had around 45 offline and 60 online presenters. Each of them were being taken care with the discussion in the discussion room and in the Prayag boardroom. We had a full-length paper of 140 being received, 103 abstracts being chosen and put in the book of abstracts, and we had 50 full-length paper which was being chosen and being released in the form of a book book chapter, and we have also selected around 30 papers which are very quality enough for the UGC care listed journal. So this was we've been taken up with the entire day 1 and day 2. Now today we have in the valedictory session a very great personality, Mr. Parag Agarwal, Associate Vice President, Head, Sales and Marketing, Global Business, Hero Motocorp Limited. He will be presenting more on, we are still waiting to listen to him. So mostly focusing on automobile, its growth, development, its challenges and disruptions in the forthcoming era, and relating to manufacturing, retailing, and also with the marketing strategy. So looking forward to listen to you relating to this. And having been taken up this vibrant discussion, I wholeheartedly welcome and thank our General Secretary and Correspondent who has paved way to make this 2-day international conference a very, very successful one. Thank you so much, sir, for your complete support for having made this environment. Thank you, sir. I have to acknowledge, though we have a vote of thanks, but then as a convener, I would like to thank Principal Madam, Dean Academics, Vice Principal Madam, for having taken up a keen note on what was happening, how the planning has been started. We turned around from the month of August with all the details being done. Every time we went there, they had the support to say that what is happening, and every small thing, the planning wherever we had a flaw or we have to take it up, they had a great support. So I really, really thank ma'am for having taken up the initiative for us. Thank you so much. And I have to say, my co-conveners, organizing secretaries, they really did such a fabulous work. Unless otherwise they are there in the team, it is impossible for having this particular great event to happen in. All my organizing committee members, heads, it was fabulous. And I have to say that my dear students, volunteers who took up a lot of initiative to have made this event a grand success. So waiting to hear from our valedictory session. Thank you so much for the opportunity given.
Thank you, ma'am, for your brief presentation on highlighting the significance of the conference and sharing the incredible information uncapped by a resource person of various technical session in mitigating the challenges of climate change into opportunities and strategies toward sustainable business growth, infrastructure, trade, and investment. Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to felicitate our chief guest, Mr. Parag Agarwal, Associate Vice President, Head, Sales and Marketing, Global Business, Hero Motocorp Limited. I request the dignitaries to come forward for the felicitation. Sir, we are truly honored by your gracious presence and valuable time. I invite Dr. Swati Paliwal, Dean Academics, Head, JNCCOI, to adorn our chief guest with a shawl featuring our college emblem. Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Uma Devi, Convener and Dean, School of Commerce, to present a bouquet of flowers as a token of our profound respect. Thank you, ma'am. I request our beloved principal, Dr. T.K. Avekode, to present a memento, a replica of Golden Temple, as our gratitude. I request our most respected General Secretary and Correspondent, Shri Manjit Singh Nair, to present a memento as a gesture of our appreciation. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in expressing our appreciation to our chief guest, Mr. Parag Agarwal, with a resounding round of applause. Thank you, dignitaries. Now may I call upon Dr. R. Tamilchelvi, Coordinator, Organizing Committee of the Conference, and Head in Charge, PG Research, Department of Commerce, to introduce the chief guest.
Very good evening to one and all present here. At the outset, I thank the convener of International Conference for assigning me a pleasant task of introducing our Honorable Chief Guest of today's valedictory function of Today International Conference. Thank you, Uma. Now it's with immense pleasure I introduce our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Parag Agarwal, Associate Vice President, Head Sales and Marketing, Global Business, Hero Motocorp Limited. Mr. Parag Agarwal carries over 3 decades of experience in marketing, global marketing, and marketing communications. He is an alumnus of XLRI Jamshedpur and IIT Delhi. He has also pursued Leadership Development Program from the Wharton School. He is currently associated with Hero Motocorp Limited as an Associate Vice President and Head of Sales and Marketing, Global Business. In his stint with Hero, spanning more than 16 years, Mr. Agarwal has been instrumental in leading the global repositioning of Hero post the separation with Honda in 2011. This involved crafting a new roadmap to the new Hero brand in terms of brand architecture, positioning, identity, communication, applications, and implementation. He has also led the launch of Hero in Africa, Latin America, Middle East, and the relaunch of Hero in South Asia. Mr. Agarwal has won several awards in marketing and communication from reputed platforms like NDTV, CNBC, Pitch Magazine, and the Advertising Club of India. Prior to Hero Motocorp, Mr. Agarwal has worked with renowned brands like Tabor and Kevin Care Private Limited. Sir, thank you for accepting our invitation. We are very much honored by your presence. Looking forward to hear from you. And I request Mr. Paras Agarwal to deliver a valedictory address. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Very nice to see bright, smiling, passionate, energetic faces here in front of me, and some really, really generous words from this panel here. They are so generous in their words. I'm actually feeling quite embarrassed hearing so much of kind words about me. Thank you very much. Chennai holds a very special place in my heart, and I was just sharing with the panel there. My elder daughter was born in Chennai in the year 2005, and so obviously this place holds a very, very special significance in my heart. And I remember coming to Chennai in towards the end of 2004. We stayed here till 2006. But the warmth, the energy, and the hospitality of the people in Chennai, it just completely enveloped me in a time when my wife was having a baby. We were new to the city, we didn't know the language, but it owned me as if I was part of this family. So as I said again, Chennai holds a very special place in my heart and will continue to do so because of the event that happened at that time, which is the birth of my daughter. I wish I could have brought my daughter here and to see so many of such beautiful faces right in front of me. But thank you, Manjeet, for inviting me. It's a chance, and when I was told that something is happening in Chennai, I jumped at the chance. The first thing that I did after landing here at 10:30, I went to 3 shops. I went to A to B, I went to Shri Krishna Sweets, and there's a very small, very nice place which has snacks. So I still remember the food and the Mysore Pak and the various idli, podi, and various things that we used to eat here. All those memories kept flooding back as I continued my journey here. So thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here today, and thank you to the Dean, Dr. K. Umadevi, for this wonderful opportunity to gather this very, very august gathering. There are industry professionals, academics, students, and when I look around in this room, especially the graduating students, it brings back memories of when I used to be in college. I was, with dreams in my eyes, with passion in my heart, wanting to conquer the world, and well, not quite conquered the world in 30 years, but I've been around the world in 30 years. I've had this very rare opportunity, this very rare, I would say, good fortune to travel to more than 30 countries around the world and not just visit them once, but visit them again and again, because that's my job. My job involves selling hero motorcycles in countries around the world. And today we are present in more than 50 countries across the world. We started in the year 2013. And I'm very proud to say that an Indian brand is going to markets like Colombia, like Guatemala, like Honduras, names which are familiar, but we not really know these places. Togo, Mali in Africa, more known names like our neighbors, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal. We just started our operations in Philippines. And we hope to go to about 100 countries over the next 10 years. So the vision and my good fortune is really, really immense. And I thank the Lord up there for having given me this chance to not just see India in all its glory, but to see the world and see how big it is, and to see the impact that India and the Indian industry is making around the world, and not in our home country. Well, being part of the corporate world, it allows very little flexibility to engage in such sessions. But when Dr. Uma Devi reached out to us and shared the topic, I just couldn't resist. See, climate change is an extremely important issue, not just for Hero as an organization, but also for me at a personal level. This particular topic should also be of great interest to all of you, especially the students who are going to inhabit this planet for the next 6 to 7 decades and your generations thereafter. So it's a topic which touches all of us. And I, staying in Delhi, and you know what the levels of pollution are in Delhi, it touches me even more, because I know that my daughters and their children are going to grow up in this country, in this world. Also, I come from the two-wheeler industry, the motorcycle industry, a sector that touches millions of lives every day, whether it's a student or a young professional commuting to work, a small business making some deliveries, or a farmer transporting goods. Two-wheelers play a very crucial role in mobility across the world, especially in markets like India. There are markets beyond India as well, like Southeast Asia, Africa, Latin America. But as an industry, we are at a turning point now. There is a very strong thought around the need to change in the way we design, the way we manufacture, and the way we power our vehicles, these two-wheelers, which form the backbone of mobility. We are living through a very tough period of climate uncertainty that is now impossible to ignore. The World Meteorological Organization has recorded 2024 as the hottest year on record, surpassing all previous temperatures recorded. The effects are visible all around us, with unprecedented floods, wildfires, heat waves, and hurricanes, each intensifying due to rising ocean temperatures. Closer home here in India, the heat wave has resulted in agricultural losses, with temperatures rising to 50+ degrees in some parts. The glaciers are melting, especially the Himalayan glaciers, and threatening water supplies for millions. In a city like Delhi, clean air is now a luxury. Average AQI ranges in 250+ on a normal day. I go out for a workout every morning in my park, and when I step into the park, the air feels like I'm breathing chemicals. It doesn't feel fresh. And in fact, during the winters, it just goes to 500+, 700+. So it's a real issue it's facing us right now. The World Economic Forum has ranked climate change as the top global business risk, and for good reason, because the cost of inaction is just way too high to pay. So let's take a step back and ask ourselves, where do these emissions come from? What are the real drivers of climate change? Well, the numbers tell a very stark story. Energy production is the biggest culprit, accounting for as much as 73% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. The power plants that run on coal, oil, and natural gas are still the backbone of many economies, but they're also the largest polluters. Nuclear powered reactors are an answer, but only till the time that we do not face the challenge of disposing of the radioactive waste material. So that's going to be coming to us in the future. And then, of course, there's transport, responsible for nearly 20% of global emissions. Within that, road transport alone contributes a significant share, with cars, trucks, and buses burning fossil fuels every day. And if we zoom in even further, we see that the automotive sector contributes to about 12% of global carbon dioxide emissions. In cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and I feel Chennai is also on the list, vehicular emissions contribute significantly to air pollution, with transport accounting for nearly 40% of Delhi's air pollution during winters. Every year we see headlines about smog-filled skylines, flights being delayed, schools shutting down. So during the winters, this past winter, almost every week we had 1 or 2 days where the schools were closed because of extremely high pollution levels. So this is not a problem for the future, it's a problem which is happening right now. So what does this mean for us? It means that the industry that I come from, the automotive industry, has to play a much stronger role in reducing our contribution towards CO2 emissions and end-of-life vehicle waste management. But here's the good news. Change is happening, and it's happening fast. We are now witnessing a global transformation in mobility unlike anything we have seen in the last century. Governments, businesses, and consumers are all playing their part in pushing for electric mobility, alternative fuels, and sustainability-driven innovation. Take Norway's case, for example. I know it's not really close to India, but I would say it's a model country. 80% of new cars which are sold in Norway now are electric vehicles. Now, that's amazing. In the next couple of years, they are entirely phasing out all internal combustion engine vehicles. So 100% electric vehicles, let's say in the next couple of years, already at 80%. China, now the world's largest EV market, accounts for more than 50% of global EV sales. Europe is extending subsidies for faster adoption of electric vehicles, and so on. And this did not happen overnight. It was the result of strong policies, tax incentives, infrastructure investments that have now made EVs the most attractive choice for customers. The writing is on the wall, my friends. The transition is not a question of if, but when and how soon, how fast. This shift isn't being just driven by regulations. Consumers today, you and I, we want cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable mobility options. We are seeing younger generations actively choosing electric vehicles. They prefer shared mobility, and they demand sustainability from the brands that they engage with. Let me share a few electric vehicle related changes you may have observed in the cities around you. Delhi has taken a bold step mandating that by 2030, only EVs will be used for deliveries. This is forcing all the e-commerce players, the giants, and food delivery companies to transition to electric fleets. Mumbai's best buses are on track to becoming 100% electric, demonstrating how public transport can lead the way in sustainable urban mobility. India has seen a huge jump in electric vehicle penetration in two-wheeler spaces. Thank you. Growing from about 1,20,000 in FY19 to 1.14 million in FY24. That's almost a 10x jump. Thank you. So, as Chennaiites, have you guys seen electric vehicles now running around in Chennai? You've seen a lot of scooters from different players, Ather, Ola, Hero, etc. So the change is real. It's happening all around us. You've seen cars as well, right? Tata Nexon. Mahindra has now come up with cars. I don't know if how many of you guys checked out what's happening at Bharat Mobility, but I was very fortunate to be there very recently. Every single auto manufacturer there had 80% emphasis on electric vehicles. So the Tata stall, the Mahindra stall, the Hero stall, I think every single auto manufacturer is now talking only electric vehicles. So you're seeing this change, it's palpable, and I think most of the manufacturers now are very clearly seeing this as the future. And so basically these are not isolated examples. This is a movement, and it is happening at a speed that would have been unimaginable just about a decade ago. So why is this transformation happening? And why is it happening now? What's driving Tata, Mahindra, Hero, Suzuki, Honda to act with such urgency? What's the reason? Well, the major reason is the commitments made by various countries at the global level. The Paris Agreement has set the ambitious goal of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees centigrade above pre-industrial levels. Very tough to achieve, looks almost impossible, but at least there is intent behind it. The latest COP28 summit has now reinforced the urgency of reducing emissions by 43% by 2030, and that's like just 5 years away from now. So these targets, they are not just political statements, they are reshaping the way businesses operate, and they're driving 3 major shifts around the world. Number 1, around carbon pricing and taxation. So many countries are now putting a price on carbon, forcing businesses to factor in their emissions when making financial decisions. So companies basically that pollute more, they'll have to pay more. Second, net zero commitments. Over 4,000 global companies have now pledged to reach net zero emissions by the middle of this century. This means that even companies that aren't directly in the energy sector must find ways to decarbonize. And lastly, supply chain transformation. So large corporations are demanding sustainability from their suppliers, and they're saying that, hey, if you want to do business with us, then you need to show how you're reducing emissions. So this is creating a ripple effect across industries, from manufacturing to logistics down to retail. The message is clear: companies that do not adapt, they will be left behind. India is home to the largest two-wheeler market in the world, with nearly 19 million units sold annually. That's 1.9 crore units sold annually, two-wheelers. For decades, this market, by the way, Hero is the leader there, just saying. For decades, this market was driven primarily by internal combustion engine, given their affordability and their widespread availability. But today, we are witnessing a very, very fundamental shift. The electric two-wheeler market grew by over 50% in 2023, and that's a remarkable acceleration that highlights how quickly customer preferences are changing. This shift is being driven by a combination of government policies, both at the center and states, industry innovation and consumer awareness. Policies like the FAME2, the PLI, schemes announced by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, have made EVs much more affordable and accessible. And it is encouraging manufacturers to scale up production and invest in new technology. And this transformation, by the way, isn't just happening in the metro cities, not just happening in Chennai, Bangalore, etc. It's happening in the tier 2 cities as well. So you cities like Madurai, like Meerut, or smaller cities where they are adopting electric mobility faster than expected. Why? Because EVs offer a much lower cost of ownership, lower fuel expenses. I mean, your monthly, let's say, electricity bill, if you want to charge a two-wheeler, won't be more than 200 or 300 rupees compared to, let's say, if you were to have a fueled vehicle, petrol fueled, would cost you typically between at least 1,500 rupees a month. So that's a big difference. Obviously, the costs of maintenance are also much lower for an electric two-wheeler. A motorcycle has more than 2,000 parts. Electric two-wheeler has very lower number of parts, and that too is just maybe the motor and or a battery which needs some fixing, but again, that's very small. So because of reduced maintenance costs, lower fuel expenses, and increasing charging infrastructure, that's the biggest block right now in people's minds. That, hey, if I buy an electric vehicle, and if I run out of charge, what happens? Will I get stuck at some place? Just like a mobile phone, right? You used to have this anxiety earlier. Even now, I see a lot of people charging mobiles. Jahan bhi, wherever you find charging, you immediately want to charge. That is still the biggest block in adopting two-wheeler electric vehicles. But over a period of time, we expect this anxiety to get reduced as the charging infrastructure improves. At Hero, our vision is very clear: to be the future of mobility. And today, we stand at a defining moment in history. As the world transitions towards sustainability, we are not just adapting the change, we are leading it. We are taking bold, decisive actions to ensure that the future of mobility is cleaner, greener, and more responsible. We are investing in our electric vehicle brand called VIDA, which is our commitment to sustainable transportation. And we believe that VIDA is more than just a product. It represents our vision for the future of electric mobility, both in India and in global markets. Also, we have defined Hero sustainability targets. We have set very ambitious goals linked with global ESG standards. We have taken targets of achieving carbon neutral operation and 100% product recyclability by 2030, while achieving zero waste to landfill, 500% water positive facilities by 2025. We also focus on achieving our gender diversity goal by 2030, and we want to have 30% female employees in our fold by that time. By the way, my big hearty congratulations to this particular institution, which I understand has more than 80% female employees. So for us, that's a big inspiration. If there is one thing I'm taking away from today's session, is really the focus that this institution has on very empowered female employees. Our production facilities are transitioning to renewable energy, reducing our carbon footprint while maintaining world-class manufacturing standards. We are actively partnering with government bodies, technology leaders, and global innovators to accelerate EV adoption and infrastructure development. From investing in charging networks to collaborating on next-generation battery technologies, we are building a robust ecosystem that supports the widespread use of electric vehicles. We are also building green dealerships. So whatever dealerships that we have, we are now converting them into green dealerships. So as a commitment to integrating our business partners, we have taken a target that by 2030, 100% of all our dealerships will be green dealerships. As part of the process, we focus on green energy, green products, and green processes. We believe that sustainability is not a cost. It is an investment into our future. And this commitment is not just our belief. We have been recognized globally by the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, which has ranked Hero MotoCorp as the only Indian two-wheeler company on its prestigious list. We are also the 4th ranked automotive company globally and among the top 7 Indian companies across all industries for our best-in-class ESG practices. Now I'm addressing only the students, okay? There's a lot of other people sitting here, but this message especially goes out to the students. So as each one of you steps into your journey you may have startups, you may step into the corporate world, you may do your own business, and you play a part in decision making, please think about what decisions you're taking that has an impact on the environment. That should be a very key factor because you are the guys who want to define what's happening in the future, what's going to happen in the future with India, with environment, with our next generation. So you are the key to making those decisions, so please have that at the back of your mind. It's all the small steps, the small acts, the small decisions that come together and deliver a multiplier effect on the environment for better or worse. As I conclude, let me digress for a minute and share something that I believe would go a long way as you start your journey into the world. I'm blessed with two lovely daughters, and a few weeks back they were preparing for an interview and they were asking me some questions. My younger daughter asked me something which made me actually think before I could respond. She said, "Dad, if you could go back in time and advise some things to your younger self, to the younger Parag, what would it be?" That's a question I've never been asked. So I thought, I paused, and then after much thinking, I told her, I would do three things. Number one, I would be taking much more bolder decisions, and I would take far more risks than I have in my career or in my life. You are at an age where really, if I look back on my 30 years where I stood, and you are standing exactly the same place. But the future is so different today than what it used to be in my time. I was telling Mr. Manjeet that I passed out of IIT Delhi and I had done my civil engineering. And there were very gloomy prospects at that time because the economy in 1991 was really one of the worst that this country has seen. We were, Manmohan Singh at that time unveiled this whole reforms package, but that took time to kick in. So for me at that time, standing at that 1991, civil engineering was a very difficult prospect when I graduated from IIT Delhi. But now, 2025, when you graduate, or maybe in a few years when you graduate, our economy is poised to be the world's third largest economy by the year 2030. So the set of opportunities that you have, I don't think any of our generations in the past 100 years had. So take risks, don't think too much. India is the land of opportunity. More than 60% of my batchmates from IIT went to the US. A lot of these guys are now coming back or have already come back. Why? Because A, they don't want to have grown-up kids growing up in America. Till the age of, let's say, 14, 15, they were okay. But they say, no, I want my kids to have Indian values, and they are now coming back. Number two, they say that the opportunities in India today are looking amazing. And they have money, right? They've made good money in America. So they say that, hey, I want to come back to India and I want to invest in India. So some friends, they took up and they've opened this university 10 years back called the Ashoka University. Another set of friends, they've opened Plaksha University. So India is where things are happening. And it's not just in the education sector, it's happening in every single sector. India now is the land of startups. Somebody spoke about in this previous sessions about Shark Tank. Well, that's true. It is now an atmosphere where if you have taken an idea, you have the capital available for it to be able to get into a startup, to be able to make something of it. And even if you fail, it's not a blot on your career. It's not a stain on your career. People see it as an extremely positive thing that you took that risk and you went ahead and executed something that you believed in. So the first advice to you is take more risks. Second, focus on your health. Seems far away. 30 years seems like a very, very long time. But you know what? You start going to a job or your own business, whatever you do as a professional, you don't suddenly, you realize that you're no longer playing that you like used to. You may be playing cricket now, you may be playing football, you may be playing some other sport, but your focus on physical activity reduces dramatically the moment you get into a career. That is something that you need to be very, very aware of, and therefore keep focus on your health. Some kind of physical activity is a must. And have more fun, for God's sake. I know Generation Z is accused, Gen Z is accused of having more fun than they're entitled to. Why? because my generation didn't have any fun. We were too busy possibly making our careers. We were too busy, this scarcity mentality hit us very, very hard. I come from a very middle class family. So in our minds, it was always about get your act right from a career point of view, make money, make money. You no longer have that anxiety. Or maybe you do, but don't let it define you. Have fun at what you do. It's very important. And last but not the least, at the end, it'll be all right. And if it is not all right, then it is not the end. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your nostalgic moments and the credentials of Hero Motor Corp Limited with us. Thank you so much for your thoughtful deliberation, reinstating our responsibility and commitment towards environmental issue and sustainability. I assure you, sir, our promising student, they will be very sensitive towards sustainable environment in every step of decisions they take. Thank you so much, sir. Leadership is a capacity to translate a vision into reality. Here, we have a visionary leader who guide us and create a positive and inclusive environment in every step to a new heights of excellence. I'm delighted to invite our most respected General Secretary and Correspondent, Sri Mandit Singh Nair, sir, to say a few words. So please.
Good evening. Good evening. I won't take class, not for 45 minutes, a minute or two. Dignitaries on the dais, respected Mr. Parag Agarwal, we are really immensely thankful to you for having spared your valuable time and shared your views and visions and importantly the experience with the generation next so that they are mentally equipped to face the challenges and excel in their chosen fields. Well, the task assigned to me is the praise this 2 days national. So jokes apart, I understand the kind of hard work, souls, man hours put in to organize such an event. And I would like to acknowledge the dedication of convener, Dean Commerce, and her team, ably guided by Principal, who is also from the Commerce Department, and of course, Vice Principal. I don't know if COE had any role in that. It's turned out very good, but as you all know me, I look at where we can possibly improvise ourselves, and we'll have a review meeting possibly in a day or two to understand how we can excel even more. If we have stopped at 5 foreign partners for this conference, why not 10, 15? Why not have them from across the industry? We have today from automobiles, we had from education, we could have somebody from IT, we could have from somebody from any other field, hospitality. So let's look, commerce is a big, big, big ocean. And how many of you are from the third year? Can you raise your hand? Okay, not much. So you guys have to be prepared mentally. When you go out of campus, it's a very safeguarded place. Once you step out, you have to fight for your own survival. And today, as rightly said by Mr. Parag, you have more than opportunities than we ever had. We had very, very limited, and the mindset of our parents were also equally different. I mean, we had only focus, study, get a job. Today you have opportunities. The government supports you, the system supports you, be an entrepreneur. The campus supports you. You have an idea, take a plunge. And nowadays with ideas you don't require money. During our days we required money which was not available. Today with an idea you can generate the funds. With that, I once again congratulate the team who was involved day in, day out for this conference. It's come out very well. And nevertheless, again I repeat, there is scope of improvement. We'll discuss. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for motivating us to excel even more further. We are glad to announce that we had an overwhelming response by the paper presenters at both national and international levels in a hybrid mode. Totally, 84 papers were presented in this conference, moderated by Dr. V. Sai Kumari, Professor and Head, Department of Management Studies, SRM Ishwari Engineering College, Chennai, and Mr. Asim Bill C. Yashwant, Founder and CEO, Hopsy Technologies Private Limited. The presentations were done with utmost zeal and interest, and this added immense value to the conference. May I now invite our chief guest, Mr. Parag Agarwal, to distribute the certificates to the paper presenters. Please, sir. Vijayalakshmi and Akshada, SSS Jain College, Chennai. Isha MG and team, MOP Vaishnava College, Chennai. Harika and team, MOP Vaishnava College, Chennai. Subiksha Shri, Madras School of Economics, Chennai. No, ma'am. Isha MG and team. Next is Harika and team, MOP Vaishnava College. Subiksha Shri, Madras School of Economics. Thank you, sir. Now is the most awaited session of the conference, the best presenter of the session, of the conference. May I now invite Sir to distribute the certificates to the best presenters. I call upon Sairam S., Research Scholar and Assistant Professor, DG Vaishnav College, Chennai, to receive the best presenter certificate. Next, I call upon Vijayalakshmi R., Research Scholar, Sachin Jain College for Women, Chennai, to receive the Best Presenter certificate. Thank you, sir. I now request the committee members of the conference to step onto the dais to join for a group photo. First, Planning Committee. Planning Committee.
I request the staff members of different various committees to come forward for the group photograph. Planning Committee, Invite and Certificate Printing Committee, Registration Committee, Logistics Committee, Article Committee, Review. Please, faculties, come forward for a group photograph. Proceeding Printing Committee, Stage Committee, Auditorium Seating Arrangement and Discipline Committee, Hospitality Committee, Media Committee, Comparing Committee, Technical Session and Report Committee, Reception Committee. So these were the committees working tirelessly for making this event a grand success. I request all the faculty members who are part of various committees to come forward for a group photograph. Students, please give a big round of applause to these faculties because they were the behind the show and making this a international conference a grand success. I call upon CAO Madam to join us for a photograph. May I now invite Dr. M. Kavita, co-convener of the conference and Deputy Dean, Guru Nanak Center for Skill Development, to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Very good evening to one and all present here. Gratitude makes the sense of our past, brings peace for the today, and creates the vision for tomorrow. Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, faculty members, dear students, and all present here, as we come to the conclusion of this prestigious two-day international conference on cross-border commerce, impact of climate change on global business strategies, ICCBC 2025, it's my privilege and honor to extend my warm gratitude to everyone who has contributed to make this event a grand success. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable General Secretary and Correspondent, Mr. Manjit Singh Nayyar, for his unwavering support and visionary leadership in ensuring the success of this conference. Sir, your support and guidance have been instrumental in the success of all the programs. This made our college to receive hat-trick awards in the beginning of 2025 itself, that our General Secretary has been awarded the Prime Minister Medal winner for Distinguished Excellence and Cisco President Award, President Medal for Distinguished Excellence 2025, and Cisco Award for Best Performing College South 2025, and Elite Performing College, 4-star college. So all the hat-trick 3 awards our college has won in January 2025. Hearty congratulations to you, sir. Many more awards are on the way. Thank you so much, sir, for keeping our Guru Nanak College flag always high. ICCBC team is thanking you so much. We express our thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Parag Agarwal, Associate Vice President, Head of Sales and Marketing, Global Business, Hero Motocorp Limited, for gracing this occasion with his invaluable insights and inspiring words. Sir, we are so honored by your gracious presence. We profoundly thank Dr. T.K. Abekode Ma'am, Principal, Guru Nanak College, for her continuous guidance and unwavering support throughout this endeavor. We are so grateful to you, Madam, for the constant motivation you give us in each and every proceedings of this conference. Thank you, Madam. Our sincere appreciation and heartfelt thanks goes to ever-smiling Dr. Swati Paliwal, Dean Academics, Head, GNCCY. Madam, for your commitment and to academic excellence and your invaluable contribution to the development of the student community is highly appreciable. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful support extended. Our earnest appreciation goes to our Vice Principal, SFS, Dr. Anita Malishetty, our Controller of Examinations, Dr. Kumaraguru, Deans of various schools, centers, Deputy Deans, Heads of various schools of excellence for their encouragement towards the smooth execution of this event. We are immensely indebted to our convener, Dr. K. Uma Devi, Dean, School of Commerce, Guru Nanak College, for her untiring and dedicating efforts in making this conference a resounding success. Wonderful, ma'am. The counterpart is none other than myself, Dr. Kamita. Actually, madam has given in the brochure. For further details, contact Dr. M. Kavita, co-convener. The day started from September 1, morning 7 to night 10. You don't believe so many calls. calls and you know, madam, I assure you, I not even missed any single call and made everyone, motivated them and make them till registration. And almost I know the city colleges who have come, their family history, their department history, everything I know, but it is definitely an interesting academic exercise. And I have passed the ball after some time to Deepa Sridhar. She started converting and the ball again went to Adi sir and he started giving mails, but we three never left anyone. Almost we motivated every one of them. Till now they are all calling us. Actually, this is the way how the research and everything is motivated. You got the work done. Thank you for the opportunity. And we have Dr. Jeevaratnam Jain. Ma'am, we thank the co-convener for giving the opportunity and you made it very well, starting from plan till the implementation. She never left anyone. So she is running behind everyone, get pillar to post and done it. So thank you very much, ma'am. And we appreciate the dedicated efforts taken by the organizing secretaries, Dr. Siva Subramanian sir, Dr. Adilinga Sanjit, and Dr. S. Gayatri. So your services are highly appreciable. We place and record the services provided by the editorial board members along with me, Dr. Uma Devi, Dr. Deepa Sridhar, Dr. E. Gayatri, Dr. Leelavati, Dr. Adilinga Sanjit, Dr. Gayatri, Dr. Ramila, and Dr. Kartika. A special note of gratitude to our esteemed chief guest of the inaugural session, Dr. Anil Lamba, Director of LAMCON, financial literacy activist and the international corporate trainer, for his enriching inaugural address that has provided with profound perspectives on global financial literacy and the business sustainability. Guest of honor, G.R. Rajesh, Rashigul Haq, and their keynote addresses have truly set the stage for insightful discussion. We are indebted to all the esteemed speakers, moderators, technical session heads, and the resource persons from all over India and abroad who have given their valuable insights in person and online. Your contributions have greatly enriched our discussions and knowledge sharing. A big thank you to all our paper presenters and session moderators. We have put forth their research and facilitated engaging discussions throughout the conference. A special mention to all the HODs and staff members of School of Commerce for the meticulous planning and efforts in coordinating the conference sessions. A special appreciation goes to the compeers Dr. Shobha and Dr. Anu Thomas, who have made the two-day conference active and energetic. Our deepest gratitude goes to our organizing committee members for their hard work, dedication, and relentless efforts in ensuring the smooth execution of this event. Without your contributions, this event would not have been possible. We thank our revered Gyaniji for his soulful rendition of the college prayer and our choir girls for the prayer. A heartfelt thanks to CAO Christina Aristotle ma'am, whose support has played a crucial role in making this event impactful. We place on record the wonderful and dedicated support extended in all our endeavors. Thank you, CAO ma'am. A big round of applause to our students and volunteers for their enthusiasm and commitment to make this conference a successful one. Your energy, your dedication have made a significant impact on the seamless management of the event. We are also immensely thankful to the Viscom HOD, staff members, media team for capturing the highlights and ensuring the dissemination of key moments from the conference, making it reach a wider audience. A heartfelt thanks to technical team, support staff, whose behind-the-scene efforts ensured that the sessions ran smoothly without any disturbance. Thank you. Lastly, our gratitude goes to each and every participant who joined us, engaged in all the discussions, and contributed to the overall success of ICCBC 2025. Your presence and active involvement have truly enriched this conference. As we conclude, let us carry forward the knowledge shared and continue to work towards sustainable and innovative solutions in the global commerce. Once again, thank you one and all, wishing the safe travels and continued success in your respective fields. Finally, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. On the whole, the International Conference on Cross-Border Commerce 2025 has become the successful classical model of Guru Nanak College for teamwork. We, the team ICCBC 2025, wholeheartedly thank each and every one of you. Thank you one and all. Thank you for the opportunity given.
Thank you, ma'am, for the lively vote of thanks. Now I would like all of you to rise up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Students, kindly remain seated.
सबकी जो आवाज है बहुत बुलंद है
सर क्लास में 45 मिनट बोलते हैं
सर बट कॉन्फिडेंस इट इज अमेजिंग कॉन्फिडेंस
इमेजिन माय फ्लाइट